For the last couple of years, my role as a PGA professional and YouTuber has been reviewing golf clubs and giving my honest opinion on those clubs. That means that I've tested most golf clubs that have been released and I've built up a bag that I quite enjoy. In today's video, the roles are reversed because a PGA professional is going to brutally rate my golf clubs and tell me where maybe I could be going wrong. We're going to play a little bit of a Texas scramble here, par 5, par 3, par 4 configuration at Waterfront Golf Club. And I'm going to see if maybe I'm using the wrong clubs or if these are perfect for me, could well be perfect for you, and what we can score on these holes. Right, let's get teed off. So driver-wise, in fact, Chris, I'm going to bring you in. Driver-wise, I'm using the Paradigm Triple Diamond. This is the official driver that I'm using this year. I absolutely love it. It feels good. It sounds good. For me, it's almost perfect. What are your thoughts?
Almost perfect is correct, but you're also wrong. Again, for me, I often get too much spin, so a Triple Diamond is the lowest spinning driver that obviously Callaway have done with the range. James often gets not enough spin, so very low spinning, and that sometimes does hold him back. He still doesn't hit it as far as me, but this wouldn't be the club that I would recommend for him because of that reason. Again, if we lower James's spin, it might get too low. He's going to lose distance potentially, and that's not going to help him.
It does dip out the air on occasion.
Get better at golf.
But what we've done here, so I got this fitted in Carlsbad, California, and we have a different weight setup. So rather than a 14 and a 2, we have a 10 gram weight in the back that you can see there and a 6 gram weight in the front. So it's playing a little bit more kind of stable with a little bit more weight in the back. That does help me. That did help me improve the spin rates a little bit. Are you saying I should probably just be using a normal Paradigm?
I am, yes. We're trying to have to manipulate that a little bit to get more out of it when a standard Paradigm could get a bit more distance.
Right, I'm going to tee off
with the wrong driver.
Right, I'm going to tee off
try
first.
Your best.
Just over the right-hand trees.
Yeah, hopefully it doesn't dip out into those trees.
Up the left-hand side, it's in play.
It's a low ball flight there.
Right, over to you. Let's see what you can do with it. Now, Chris is actually using the exact same driver, so I'll be interested to see how this goes. Interestingly, I do have the Callaway Rogue in the bag at the moment as well. That is just for a video that I am doing where I compare the Rogue against the Paradigm, see what the differences are from this year's model and last year's model. And this is something I really enjoy doing, putting drivers head to head against each other to see if you guys can save a little bit of money potentially and put an older driver in the bag. Hit that subscribe button if that's what you want to see. Right, the fairways are waiting. Same line,
yeah,
left hand side. This probably is the least forgiving driver of the year. And guys, this is a really interesting concept. Yes, me and Chris are good friends and we work together every day, but getting the advice of a PGA Pro, of maybe your golf coach on the equipment you're using could be vital for you lowering your scores. So next time you go for a playing lesson, next time you play golf with a pro, just ask them for their advice on the clubs you're using. We're going to get to irons, woods, wedges and putter later on in this video. It might be a total overhaul.
Could be.
Oh dear. Right, we're going to go Robinson's tee shot. It's in the left-hand rough, par 5. It's probably going to help us a bit with 220 downwind. I want to talk to you about this because this is in the bag. It's well, not a mistake, but it was mistakenly put in the bag. I reviewed it and then left it in there. I've always had a driving iron in, and now I've just gone for this because it seems easier.
Seems easier, does it? Well, yeah, it's not a bad looking. It's got a great look to it. I've not actually hit this, so it'll be interesting to see how it reacts, because that's what I was going to say about your bag, is you don't really have anything from 4 iron all the way up to a 3 wood, and even a driving iron isn't very versatile, but I mean, you could have got away with it.
Oh, I've got away with it. Everybody, I've gotten away with it for once. We'll talk irons in a minute, because I've taken the leaf out of your book a little bit in the reasoning that I've gone with the irons, but do you want to go first?
I'll give it a go.
Guys, what are we going to shoot here through a par 5, par 3, par 4 in the wind as well? It's about 20-30 mile an hour winds, gusting maybe even more than that. Chris has given himself one sat down. That's come out like a knuckleball.
It has come out like a knuckleball.
Is it long enough?
It is long enough. It's a little bit right, but certainly dipped out of the sky. Again, for me, not something that I like out of the rough. I prefer something like a 7 heaven.
Is that because it's got more loft on it, or?
I don't know, it's just one of those things. Again, comment below. Are you somebody who looks down at hybrid, doesn't feel too confident?
I feel like I can just launch this really high now. even out of this kind of rough. On the left, is that in the bunker?
Well, one right, one
Oh,
left.
it's come out of the bunker, we've got a chance. So have I passed this examination?
I'm going to say it's a better option in your bag than the driving iron was, so progress is real.
So Chris, you're not a hybrid fan, and I imagine a lot of people maybe watching this video are in that boat as well, not a hybrid fan but want something to give you. What would you recommend to them? Because a 3 iron or a 4 iron isn't really the answer, is it?
No, you've got a lot of options there. You've got a 7 wood is a good option. You've also got a 9 wood, which is closer to a 5 iron, but it might be something that launches a little bit easier. You feel like it's easier to hit than an iron. So you've got to think about what kind of shots do you struggle with? Where do you want to stop your iron set? And where do you want to go? Is it forgiveness you're looking for? Is it launch? What is going to help you lower your scores?
Right, which one are we taking?
I believe it could be that.
Right, we're going to go Chris's just on the right hand side. Can we get up and down for birdie? Now I've got all my wedges in the bag here. What are your thoughts on what I'm working with? I've got a 56, 10 degree bounce, S grind, SM9. For me, Vokeys are the best by far. Then I've got a 50, 8 degree F grind. I do have to look at these to tell you what they are, and a 60 with also 8 degrees of bounce M grind. I think 60 is definitely the shot here. This is probably one of my favourite clubs in the bag. I've got Dynamic Gold S400 Tourist U black shafts in there. Still steel. A lot of people think they would be graphite shafts.
No, great wedges, obviously one of the most popular on tour. Again, it's a bit of a weird setup from James, so you go 50 to 56, so it's a 6 degree gap, and then you go a 4 degree gap to a 60, and a 60 is more of a specialist club, so it's an interesting way. A lot of people would see, you know, maybe 48, 52, 56, you might see 50, 54, 58, not James Robinson.
No, the big thing is just making sure that your gap wedge matches nicely with the loft of your pitching wedge. My pitching wedge is 46, that's 50, then we go 56, then 60. So there is reasoning behind that.
I think that was just to get a 60 in.
It was. I do like having a 60, I must say, especially in the SM9s where they do kind of manipulate that CG a little bit and you can sort of play some nice little tricky shots.
Right, I've gone 56.
Nice uphill putt. So you've gone 56 there. Why 56, not 60? When a lot of people might be thinking, well, out the rough, I definitely want to get as much spin as I can.
Yeah, well, we're not going to really get much spin out of the rough, so there you go. I think we've got a little bit of a slow putt, so we've got plenty of loft on the 56 there. All I need to do is a little bit of a shorter swing. We're going to have to make a longer swing with a 60, and for most people, if we make a longer swing, there is more room for error.
I'm not most people, I'm going 60.
Well, that is true. Let's see this magical spin. Oh, so a very good shot. So again, more landing angle and control as opposed to spin.
Yeah, struck it nicely.
But certainly found the middle of the face.
Can we agree Vokeys are the best?
I will second that motion.
Excellent. Right, we've got a birdie putt. Uphill about 6 feet?
5 feet, I'll be generous for you.
5 feet, right. This is where I really like the ball I'm using as well, so I haven't really decided on a ball too much, but I'm really enjoying the TaylorMade picks. I'm really enjoying the new Callaway ones with the kind of marks on as well. Just to give you a bit of feedback on your roll, my favourite ball last year was the TaylorMade Stripe, and I do quite like those as well now. They've come out in different colours, to be honest, Chris, basically anything with a little bit of a nice colour on.
A bit of help.
Yeah, a bit of help. It's more feedback than help, isn't it? Like, I think if you go on the putting green and you get that feedback initially before you play, feedback can't really help you during the round, but it can help you before the round if you think, right, am I over-reading these putts, under-reading these putts, is my stroke not quite right? Then you can try and fix it quickly before you do go and tee off. I've got right edge here. Hopefully this is the feedback we want, straight into the middle of the cup, so you're not even needed there, Chris, with your PGA Pro V1. That's 1 under par through 1. Guys, get in the comments below, what can we score? Also, let me know what you think to my golf clubs. Chris is going to have a think about what he thinks to my putter, and we'll discuss that on the next green. This is the best putter in the world, ever. Right guys, 1 under par, we're now going to talk about my irons. I love my irons. For me, they are probably some of the best irons I've ever had. I've ummed and ahed with taking them out of the bag quite a lot because I do review a lot of golf clubs, like you all know, and sometimes when something shiny gets put in front of you, it's very easy to go, oh, I'll get fitted for that and throw it in. Chris, what do you think?
A fantastic looking club. Could do with a bit of cleaning.
Yeah, the TLC section's not there, but
again, fantastic looking clubs. Again, great feeling. I think for you personally, they're a little bit too hard to hit.
Cheers.
I would go a little bit more forgiveness maybe for James, but again, when
you use the Tacoma blades,
yeah,
and you've got quite an interesting opinion on these versus those.
Yeah, again, I just find the Tacoma blades, again, they're a little bit longer blade length, they're a little bit easier to, they look a bit more confident behind the ball. Certainly when I get these, they do look a little bit smaller, similar top edge, but it's all about obviously consistency of strike.
Nice. Tell you what, if this takes a good kick in,
It's trying,
which it could. Yeah, back left edge.
Again, not bad interaction with the ground. Again, feel fantastic off the face. These are certainly a great club on the market. Let's see where James can strike.
So I did go and get fitted for these guys down at Bearwood Lakes, the National Fitting Centre for them, doing a really enjoyable experience. I'll clean this, Chris, now you've left mud in the grooves, but I really enjoy the experience as well. I actually went more for a shaft fitting as well. So these are Modus NS Pro, I believe the 120 extra stiff, that's exactly what they are. And I like them, they feel like they're just a nice kind of weight. I got fitted for some PXGs not long after that. They felt a touch heavier, so like later on in the round I felt like just a little bit harder to move through the air, whereas these are a little bit easier all the way. Come on, we've not had a hole in one yet this year. Just a nice easy 8-iron. Onto that flag, come on, cut. And that really is, sit. Tell you what, it's playing massively downwind this, isn't it? That really is the beauty of these. They're quite simple and easy to launch. There's a little bit of perimeter weighting in there as well, not like the blades that Chris is using. I do agree maybe I could have gone combo setting the longer irons, but certainly pitching wedge up to 8-iron, I feel really comfortable with these and I feel like I can play pretty good golf with them. Right, we've got an interesting choice of what to take next. Right guys, Chris's, we've both gone along actually, the wind has caught us out. Chris's is probably an easier shot even though it is on the fringe instead of the green. Interesting with the irons as well, I actually go half set, well all of the time, I say most of the time. I can't remember the last time I had a full set in, so I go evens, 4, 6, 8 pitching wedges, then a full set of wedges, because I like the idea of having a full set of wedges. Even when I've played kind of matches against such as Peter Finch and people like that, I've still just gone evens because, I don't know, first of all it makes the bag lighter. I know we're on a buggy today, but also it makes you kind of think about the shots you're playing more. Yeah,
I think it's a good way to play golf. Again, if a lot of people have too many clubs, they have the 60, they have 4 wedges and they get onto the green or get around the green, hopefully not on the green, and they don't know which wedge to choose. Same with the top end of your bag, and same with, well, I could just hit well, if I whack an 8-iron, that's going to get there, instead of thinking, oh, I can just control one in maybe with a 7. So depending, you'd have to then think, all right, I can just flight one in with an 8-iron. It gets you working the club a bit better and getting a bit more understanding of what you are doing. But putter-wise, Stroke Lab shaft, a fantastic thing that's obviously been around probably, what, 5 or 6 years now?
Yeah,
maybe?
Phil Kenyon helped design this with Odyssey, didn't they?
Yeah, it helps you get a little bit more swing, so weight in the butt end of the club and in the head, just so the putter can swing a little bit more naturally. So it's great for some people, doesn't feel fantastic to others, so it's certainly personal preference. The head design, very much a number 7 Odyssey. It's been a while. This is the Las Vegas, as far as I know.
Yeah, it is Las Vegas. Yeah, I love this. Milled
face. Again, a very interesting putter from Odyssey because it's not one that you see a lot on tour, so it's not commonly used, but it is their most premium or most expensive putter that they have on the range. So interesting that not many of the tour players use that. I certainly like the white hot face, but this putter swings fantastic. I like the green. Can't beat a bit of British racing green. That needs to go a little bit.
You've been holding putts for fun against me as well.
A bad line, but
interesting. This is the club for me that's been in my bag the longest, and you can tell it's starting to look a little bit worn and torn, but I don't particularly mind that too much. Right, see if we can make another birdie. I think I'd usually chip this, you know, 60.
That's a shock to nobody. That's a good roll. Go a little bit.
Go! Again, got some nice feedback there from the ball on the roll. It was a good roll, even on the fringe. It's come out on a, you can see it's still on its axis, which is always great feedback. Unfortunately, that's not a birdie this time, but it is tidied up for the par. Guys, one more hole. We're going to talk 3-wood as well. 3-wood's a club which I absolutely love having a good wood in the bag. I bet you can't guess which one's in there. Get in the comments below. Also throw a like on this video if you're still here, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Also guys, while you're in the comments, just let us know what are your best clubs of 2023, irons, driver, hybrids, all that kind of good stuff that people generally go and get fitted for. I think personally, Callaway are nailing it this year with the Paradigm range. Let me know what you think you would have in the bag if you could go and get fitted for a new set of clubs. So 3-wood for me is a club that I absolutely love testing, and sometimes they are the kind of hidden gems of the driver releases, or should I say the wood releases. Chris, do you even know what this is under this Masters head cover?
Not a clue.
How's
I'm trying to let the grip do it, but...
No?
Oh.
Mizuno STZ. I love the shape of this, I love the sound of this, and I love the fact there's not a lot going on, to be honest, so there's not a lot to kind of put you off. It's just a nice black-headed 3-wood, a tiny bit of carbon on top. Again, it's not the world's most forgiving 3-wood, but it's one that certainly does the job.
Yeah, certainly good looking club. It's an interesting club, the 3-wood. Obviously a lot of people have them, but they always say, oh, it goes as far as my driver. So when you're obviously trying to fill the top end of that bag, we might want some more forgiveness, so you might go a weaker 3-wood, might go something like a 16 degree, but it also needs to have a gap, it needs to have a place. It's no good just having a 3-wood that goes the same distance as your driver, which I can tell you, James can probably hit this as far as his driver.
What a shot that is, by the way.
Which probably would, because as far as my driver...
It's not for sale, by the way, that one.
That did sound and feel.
That was awesome. Guys,
Fantastic.
I'm not even going to... In fact, I am, quickly. You can knock it past him. I can't believe how well you've just hit that. And yeah, it's a good play, actually. Most people using 3-woods could maybe just use a 5-wood. A 5-wood's almost a dying art now, isn't it? Not the best swing. She's in play.
That'll work.
That is an absolutely disgustingly long 3-wood there, by the way.
Well, I did flush it, so it does
That
go
was
a
unbelievable.
But that is exactly why I don't have a 3-wood.
Just because you might as well have hit driver?
I might as well have hit driver, yes.
Right, well, we've got 100 yards?
Yes.
Gap
Tough pin here.
Right, I've got gap wedge. I'm just going to go middle of the green. A birdie for 2 under.
Good looking shot.
Be good. Be good. Oh, sit now, sit now, sit now. It's going to be a back edge. That's probably a good chance.
That's a very good shot.
Yeah. Are you going the same?
I go the same.
50 degree, covered in a bit of mud. We've actually done well to still see that, haven't we?
Yeah, it's a tough shot, this, especially with the wind. Let's see.
Nice. Take a nice kick.
Oh.
Oh, too good.
A little bit of backspin there. Unbelievable scenes, even with mud on the grooves.
Right, we have one of these to go 2 under par. I can't wait to do this for your clubs, by the way, because I've got some strong opinions on your golf clubs.
Have you?
I have. Very strong. Oh.
Bit pace. I thought I had it, to be honest.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Chris had the line, just not the pace. A better pace, but a terrible line. That is low. Guys, that is 1 under par using my golf clubs, and Chris has given us a fairly brutal assessment, should I say, on the clubs I have in my bag. Smash that subscribe button if you want to see more golf related videos. Go check out our second channel, Get Good at Golf, if you want to do just that. And apart from that, I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.